from Moab.
Yes.
We've been here for a couple days, but this is our first day out. Pretty exciting. We are on our way to go meet with Micah. He is a professional hiking guide. He said that I'm out in Moab, and if you guys ever make your way to this area, I'd like to go show you some hikes that most people aren't going to be able to know about and whatnot. And I said, everywhere is on our list. So we're on our way to Sand Flats Recreational Area so that we can meet up with Micah. And then he's got a whole bunch of stuff planned. So we're going to drone around somewhere.
Literally.
Certainly going to go do the Delicate Arch, I believe it's called. Maybe not with Micah, but he's going to take us down into the fiery furnace, which apparently requires some level of permit to get in. So stay tuned. All right, we've got a new crew member, a new cast of the Keep Your Daydream family. Micah, not only a driver, but also a tour guide with Hike Moab. And he's driving because I'm droning. All right, so help me understand the area. So right now we are in Sand Flats because it's so flat and sandy. And right now we're headed to Arches. Like yes. Arches National Park. And that's where like the Delicate Arch is, right? Is that kind of the most infamous
That's probably the most iconic arch in the world.
Is it?
That's the one that's on all the license plates. And
okay, all right. Now where are we heading?
Going to Arches. We've got to stop by the visitor center to get a permit for the fiery furnace. Only 75 people are allowed to go through a day. This will be my 390-something time through, something like that.
All right, well maybe we'll come back when you get some experience. Yeah. And that way we'll really get the truth.
I hear you.
This behind me is called Park Avenue. And for those of you that aren't big city fans but love to be outdoors, you too can have your very own Park Avenue.
This will be your first stop. As you come in through the gates, you kind of wind through and you come across Park Avenue. And if you were not looking for like a huge hike, like if you want to go up to Arches, which is 2 miles up and 2 miles down, you could just hike 1 mile, not even, downhill from here and then have someone pick you up on the other end. That would be a good option.
Super good option. And look at this view. It's amazing.
It's really spectacular. In fact, Caleb was asking Micah on how exactly these arches like eventually fall.
It soaks into the rock itself, and just the same way you see the cracks and stuff, it's that way all the way through. So over however much time, it'll eventually cave.
This right here, this used to be an arch.
Oh yeah.
How
Actually, you don't think it used to be a heart? I think it used to be a heart. Next, we're going to go off to the fiery furnace, and the Delicate Arch is in here, so still lots to do.
This is called Sheeprock now, and then you got Baby Arch right there. That was once an arch as well. It fell, I've been told, I haven't read it, but I have been told that it fell in about 1912. Those are the petrified sand dunes. They got named before they actually knew what they were. And that's what makes Moab unique. It's the highest concentration of fens on the planet. One of the only other areas that looks similar to this is Jordan in the Middle East. So you keep your bearings. One thing I always tell people, you see the rock that's higher than everything else right in the center? Memorize that rock because we're going to see it from every angle, from being further down from it than we are now to being right underneath it.
So they only allow, as Micah said, they only allow 75 people in the fiery furnace per day. And part of the reason for that is that you get a permit. I believe it costs us, well, it was $24 for the 5 of us. Ish. I think it was like $6 a person. I think under 12 was $3. But you have to watch a 10-minute video so they can explain exactly how this living dirt works, which is called
cryptobiotic soil.
Cryptobiotic soil, which is basically a
Superman soil.
Superman soil.
Yes.
I mean, it's basically living soil that kind of like coats the earth that I think keeps, what did you say, like the wind down or the...
So it keeps the soil down so it doesn't blow away.
And it's been, you're saying, alive for centuries.
They can be centuries old.
And so basically, if people come out here and they don't know what they're going to step on or they don't know what they're going to do, they could literally kill it. And I not imagine it's going to come back anytime.
Once you step on it, you kill it, the desert is truly dead in that spot.
you're going to see arrows kind of guiding you through where to go, but you're also going to see some of these dead ends ahead. And when you see a dead end head like this, it's not quite a dead end. You can go in there and around the corner, and then you can go up into a whole other area, kind of like an amphitheater, so to speak. And there's like the altar arch, and there's a place where the boys kind of like crawled through an arch. It's super cool. So, and if we haven't mentioned it, the Fiery Furnace is a non-commercially guided area. So if you want a tour, you would pay the rangers for it, or you would just take a self-guided tour, and there's about 75 that they allow in here every day. So that's why I'm giving you some of these tips that we're learning. So if you go do this on your own, you know what to do.
Here and here, this is the same tree. This every bit of it. You can see how this was standing up, but it's still alive. The only place this is connected to the soil is this small little spot right here, and this guy's thriving.
Made a little quinoa bowl with some chicken and some black beans, corn, cilantro, and then I made a little cilantro dressing for the top.
Some of the best trail food I think I've ever had.
I don't know how anyone could actually navigate through here completely on their own. I suppose if we were really paying attention to these little white arrows kind of telling us to go right or left, we probably would have spotted them. But as I said, you can always grab a ranger for a self-guided hike. But one of the things that Micah said is that there's something that everybody does when they come to Moab, and that is plan their second visit. There's so much to do here. So we're gonna link to Micah's hiking guide company down below, so you just click the link, and they have a YouTube channel, so go check it out because you can get a bunch more information, or reach out for hiking tours and that kind of stuff. So definitely check it out.
We have been on this hike since about 10:30, and both the boys are saying how awesome it is, and they're not complaining, and they're like,
How fast
"Oh,
it went by.
Only a mile left." It's great.
The furnace clearly has some psychological impact on teenage boys. Okay, we are headed over to Landscape Arch, round 2 of the Arches National Park hiking tour. And the GoPro gimbal, the Karma Grip battery is dead, and the Canon battery is dead. So this particular segment, or the duration of today, is going to be iPhone 10 only.
It's just a ordinary day until you look up around here.
I know. There's 2,300 named arches in Arches National Park. Now, to be qualified as an arch, it has to be about 3 feet in diameter. But we are now at Landmark Arch, which looks awfully delicate, doesn't it?
This is the part right up there that fell in 1991.
The interesting thing about Landmark Arch is that because it has this big crack in it and because it's so delicate, it was actually named Delicate Arch. And Delicate Arch was actually named Landmark Arch. But when the topography guy was doing the little maps, he got them confused and they switched them.
Whoops,
So
that one. Look at that tiny
check that out.
crack.
Also,
Crazy.
this hike is about less than a mile round trip, perfectly groomed, relatively flat, very wide, perfect if you were just looking for...
Entry-level hiking at its best.
That's right.
Big reward, small hike. Really nice.
Usually the hikes we look for with the kids, but this is mile 6 on our hiking, and we're not totally done, but let's not tell them.
Okay.
Blaze of Glory video.
Blaze of Glory video is where, right?
It's way out there. It's that big block.
Oh, okay. So way out there in the distance for you Bon Jovi fans.
Right there.
This is the place to come. There we are with the, is this the north window? South window. This is the south window. We are at the twilight hour, the sunset. I've got a time lapse going on over there. There's another arch over here. Everywhere you look, there's just something that will just take your breath away. Not to mention just the colors of like the blue and the yellow. in the clouds. So the Henry Mountains are over here. Micah was saying that that would be where Lee's Ferry is and the start of Lake Powell. Just so wide open. And this time of year where it's so crisp in the air, I love it. I think more people should be coming in November and December. I think it's fantastic.
Crisp. Meaning bring gloves. I'm wearing a
Well, I am wearing gloves.
Okay.
All right, it is.
I'm freezing. My
It is
nose,
30.
Yeah, it's dripping.
What do you think? It is 37.
Crisp.
Freezing.
Oh, and this is another
Freezing.
thing. I got 42 here. That's
All right, 42. The sun is starting to peek out over there, so. We spent most of the day today just getting work and school done and whatnot, and we knew we had to get out of the trailer by 2:30ish so that we can make our way back to Arches National Park so that we could hike up to Delicate Arch. And we've left in just enough time to get up there for the sunset. So join us on this one more hike while we're in Arches.
We are summiting Moab. Just kidding, we're on our way to Delicate Arch. And it's a nice little hike. It's a little steep, but it's nice.
Isn't this pretty?
Yeah, it reminds me of Yosemite, but sandstone instead of granite.
Yeah, it's so cool because it gets steep and you climb up this big rock, a big sandstone slab, and then you get into kind of like a little area where there's juniper trees and sand, and then you go up on a slab again. Absolutely gorgeous. Trish, I've been meaning to have a conversation with you. I just feel like there's just an arch between us lately.
Well, I think we could build a bridge.
Man, you get right into those puns.
You pitch, I hit, okay?
Okay, no more sports analogies.
They're out.
Out. Okay, this arch is absolutely breathtaking.
It is. It's kind of like a spiritual experience, would you say? People are sitting here like, it is almost looks like you're witnessing something amazing. People are waiting for the sun to set.
The hike up here is absolutely fantastic. I thought it was going to be like really hard because we've seen videos where everyone's like, this is so steep, it's straight uphill.
Well, it was. It was straight uphill, but
Yeah.
it was totally doable.
Yeah, and it was only like a mile and a half.
Just take your time, that's all.
Take your time, but
Well,
it's
here's the thing, that anybody that you've seen do it is doing it in the summer.
that's a good point.
Well, hopefully not in the summer because you can get serious heat stroke, but in the spring or fall when it's still very warm.
Yeah, that'd be a much different situation. Right now it's in the low 40s and I was like taking off layers. So bring layers if you come in the off season.
As Mark likes to call it, crisp. But here's the thing, Micah yesterday, amazing. Micah, you are amazing.
It's
So
so
much
much fun.
knowledge and so much, you're so much fun to be with. Here's the thing, he said if you only have one thing to do the fiery furnace. And the fiery furnace delivered. But there's something else. I mean, you have to come up here. It's probably 45 minutes, depending on your hiking ability to get up here, and maybe 30 minutes down. And look at that. To see that in person is phenomenal.
Tomorrow's the big day because we're going out with Micah, I believe, early in the morning. And we're going to go over to Canyonlands. We're going to go to Dead Horse. I've seen pictures, absolutely beautiful. So Trish and I and Tori are going to get out nice early in the morning before the boys wake up, and we're gonna go do morning light touring. Anyway, we're kind of excited that we get to share this like sunset golden hour moment at Delicate Arch with you.
Emailed Micah yesterday and I said, hey, how about we get out early so that we can, you know, get the sunrise and that kind of stuff. So I said, Trish, well, when's the sunrise? And she says, 7:20. I'm like, oh, perfect. It's not even early.
Yeah, that's no biggie.
And then Micah's like, I got the perfect place, but it's an hour away and it's a 20-minute hike. Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty then. We're like, you sure? No obligation. He's like, nope, I'm here for KYD. I'm ready to go.
This is your official good morning from Mesa Arch. Absolutely stunning. And the secret's out. All right, there are so many people here, but everyone here is like legit photographer.
Yeah.
And I'm over there setting up a GoPro.
We got National Geographic behind us.
Excuse me. I've got a GoPro and a gorilla pod here. Step out of the way.
It's a fault.
Really?
It was salt that was underneath, and then the land gave way underneath, like all of Moab Valley. Like I told you, the rim, like that's the other side of the rim there. All of this just fell.
Okay, so let's talk about the drone real quick. Super cool. Between November and February, you can get a drone permit that will last 3 days for only about $10. So you can pop up to the visitor center, and I paid for the drone, little permit, took a little picture of the licensing number, so now I'm gonna fire up the drone and get some awesome footage. But I think it's really cool that the state parks are starting to work with creators so that you can get the footage that we want. It's obviously not a national park, it's a state park, but nonetheless, the fact they're making that available and they're creating some procedures for drone footage, I think is pretty cool. So I'm gonna look more into other places that we can capture footage. But what's super fun is that we've got Micah with us telling us like exactly where we are, what's BLM land, you can drone here, come over here. So man, having an inside scoop has been so awesome. Not to mention getting to know the backstory for all these stories that we get to hear.